you've been following along, you know that I have my Jeep CJ7 torn apart. One of the main projects is to swap out this Torqueflite 904 automatic transmission for this T150 manual transmission. And I know it's in the Jeep here, but I'm going to show you putting it in. I just want to show you here that I had to move the belly pan forward. It was originally mounted in these 3 holes. I had to drill a 4th hole up here because this transmission is shorter. I'm maintaining a 1-inch drop here with some aluminum spacers I got from McMaster car. And then since the frame narrows in this point, the belly pan was actually too wide. In mock-up it wanted to move over to the left, so I just welded a flange to the outside of the frame here and dropped it 1 inch too, so no spacers on this side. When you go to put it all in, make sure you put the motor plate on first. You cannot get that on if you put the flywheel pressure plate on, so that goes on first. I just put a bolt in it to hold it on. And then the flywheel bolts were different. They were longer. They needed to be longer for the flywheel here as compared to the automatic flywheel. So I ordered up some 1/2 inch, 20, 1 inch long bolts. I'm putting them in with a little blue Loctite on each. I'll spare you all of them. And then in order to tighten them down, we have to stop the motor, so I'm putting a wrench and a bar on the front of the engine on the harmonic balancer bolt. Then we can torque them down. Next I'll put the clutch driven disc on using an alignment tool. That alignment tool has splines on it like the transmission shaft, and then it narrows up to where it goes into the pilot bushing that's in the end of the crankshaft, so that'll hang the clutch there in place. I'm preparing a couple bolts here to bolt the clutch hat on. These are 3/8 inch bolts, 1 inch long. I got grade 8s for those too. Now, as you put these in, occasionally pull that clutch alignment tool in and out. Not all the way out to where it falls out of the pilot bushing. Just make sure that it moves in and out. That'll let you know that the clutch driven disc is still in the right spot, because sometimes it'll get pushed one way or another and then that clutch alignment tool won't slide real easy. Just check it as you wind this in, because you're going to be compressing those clutch springs a little bit as you tighten them in. And we'll come back and we'll tighten those. 3/8 grade 8, so 47 foot-pounds. Then I'll move over to the clutch housing or bell housing. Got to put a new boot in it. We'll flip it over. Put a little dab of assembly lube. If you don't have that, maybe just a little bit of grease to hold the ball in. There's a pivot ball that the throw-out lever is going to pivot on. This model uses a ball. Some of them have a screw-in stud with a ball on the end of it. I'll put a little lube on top of it too, since it's just steel on steel. Here's the throw-out bearing, and it snaps onto the throw-out lever. There's little pins or nubs that align it, and some snaps. I know I'm not using the best lighting here for you to see that, but it snaps on there. And put it through the boot. And all holds it in for now is this spring. It's a short spring, and it clips into the throw out lever. There's a little slot and a hole there, and then We pull it up and over the edge of the clutch housing or bell housing. There's a little notch in there and a hole for it to hook into. That's all holds it in while we put it on until the transmission goes through it, which will center it up better. Got 3/8 inch bolts across the top. There's 3 of those. 2 7/16 bolts down below. And then the transmission mount, I'm reusing the same one from the automatic. It bolted up the same. It's a rubber mount there with the torque arm that sticks out to the driver's side. These are 7/16 bolts. Then I'm going to take the torque arm bushing rod or shaft, what we're going to call that, off, and I'm going to install it into the belly pan. There's the old one. The bushings are all beat up on it, so I got new bushings. It's just kind of an odd bolt. Installing it in the belly pan. And I'll put one of the new bushings on, the lower one. And it goes with the narrow end up top. And a bunch of lifting and grunting and cussing. Get the transmission and transfer case in there. Hurts my back just watching this. Oh, don't. No, Stevie lifted your legs. Anyway, I get the floor jack out. That'll help align it better. So we can get the bolts in. There's 4 7/16 bolts that hold it to the clutch housing or bell housing. Pretty much all this I was using blue Loctite on the bolts and just torquing them to grade 8 specs because I used all grade 8 hardware. So these are 7/16 bolts, so I went to 78 foot-pounds. And then there's 2 7/16 real short bolts that go into that rubber mount through the belly pan. Then we've got the top bushing on the torque arm and a big washer and a nut goes on it. We'll tighten it up. And then it's in. Technically I'm going to stop there because it's in. But I'll have to do another video on like clutch linkage, drive shafts, that kind of stuff, because this video is getting long. But you get the idea. It's not that hard. And of course, there's a lot more to go. I got to put pedals in and all that stuff. But be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll have plenty more Jeep CJ7 videos. I've got plenty of other videos on there. Like and comment below. You can click on support this channel to buy me a beer. You can even click on the gear button, get yourself a hat or a t-shirt. Jeep on!